As we continue on, M.I.A. in the Spot, the new music show. So there's a lot of you're a real political activist and kind of ahead of the curve. What do you think of the whole? I know there's a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of controversy here in the States with, especially in California, with the immigration issue with Arizona. What are your thoughts on on the laws that we're trying to pass in Arizona?
Well, today when I was watching the news, it was interesting to see that loads of people voted in favor of the law, and I think people are against boycotting it. And it's interesting because I just thought population-wise and stuff, there's space for people here.
Not to mention that the land was actually Mexican land before the U.S. came in.
I don't want to say fucked up shit, but I just feel like Obama should just step in and actually, you can't have that kind of stuff in your backyard.
Yeah.
You can't. It just seems so backwards to me, And I think being an immigrant and stuff is obviously I feel it. And when Born Free came out and everybody was freaking out and stuff, and 2 weeks later, they shot this kid, and to see something that you make up and that was fictional, to it actually being a real story that's actually supported by governments and stuff, it's really crazy. It's weird to me. Yeah, it's crazy because actually the immigrants do support this state and are the pillar of it, and actually I don't want to say run it, but they do contribute a lot to it.
What do you think of the whole oil spill going on and BP's role in that, and the government role? Do you have any opinions on that?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't want to really I left my controversial coat at home today, but no, it's weird because Obama's really slap on the wrist to the BP guys, but at the same time he okayed more drilling, and in fact it was the US who authorized more sort of offshore drilling and stuff, so nothing's happened about that.
You're known for making controversial and political statements in your music. How do you go about doing that? Do you form before you make a record? Are you all right, I want to talk about this issue, or when you hear the music, does it just kind of come out?
Yeah, I mean it's not. I don't really think of it like that, but I think it's I don't know, with different songs, it evokes you to do different things, and it's with Space Odyssey, Roscoe was making the beat before, I went into the studio, and as soon as I walked in the studio, it took us probably 2 hours to finish the song, and it was just what came out. And I think I had the lyrics before, I didn't write it and stuff, and it was just we plugged the microphone in the room while it was still on the speakers. So sometimes you do have to just let it be about the music.
Absolutely. That's great. Thank you so much for taking the time sitting down with us. Make sure you
Thank you.
Do you just say the album title M.I.A, even though it's / or do you say / //
Yeah, it's M.I.A. M.I.A, spelt with slashes, alright?
Make sure you cop it now. Thank you for stopping through. New music show, DJ Skee, M.I.A. We are out of here.
Bye.
So, no funny business. You already are.